everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm so awkward. So I'm trying to film again on my camera. I talked about this like way when I started my channel, but I have an actual really nice camera and I have a phone and I can only edit on my phone, so I'm having issues with filming on my camera and having it load on my phone. But today I am trying once again to actually film on my camera, so fingers crossed it works. Today I have a book haul actually, and before I kind of start in and get into showing the books, I like to disclaim that I personally don't usually buy books. I haven't actually bought books, especially in like a mass quantity, other than in school, in I will say 5 years. I haven't had the money to. I've never had the money to growing up to buy a large quantity of books. So this book haul is one, kind of unusual for me. Two, they're all brand new books. Usually I am buying thrift books. And three, I don't in any way want you to see this and feel like you have to go out and buy these books, or feel like you are somehow less of a booktuber or someone who's reading if you aren't hauling books, because I know book hauls are pretty common on this type of platform, and I really like watching them just to kind of see what's new. But I, as someone who is very avid against consumerism, highly advocate for people who watch these videos to understand that it's not always achievable to just like get these mass amount of books all the time. I don't know if this is making any sense, but I just kind of want to disclaim and throw that out there that there's no way that this video is pushing you to buy these books. In fact, I am just sharing these books that I picked up because they interest me and I want you guys to know, and also I kind of want to see what you guys want me to review. A good bit of these books are new-ish. Not like necessarily new in the market, but like a year, maybe 2 years old, and I know that maybe you guys want to see some reviews on them. I do have some reviews planned for some of them. Also, book hauls are fun to watch, so that's also why I'm filming it. Again, I'm sorry if that rant made no sense at all. So I will actually just get on to the books, I guess. So, okay, so all these, most of these were bought when I went to Barnes and Noble. I try to go in person to bookstores, usually secondhand books, but this was kind of a rare occurrence when they weren't. And I got, I think, yeah, almost all of these were in the YA section. And so most of these are YA, but there's like a mixture of genres here, so there's that. What do I want to start with? I'll start with this one, I guess. So I got Sky in the Deep by Adrienne Young. So this one was pretty popular when it first came out, at least on Bookstagram. And all I really know about this is it's kind of based on Viking mythology, but Viking culture, Viking history. The main character is a female, Eileen, and it's about her struggles within her clan. I tend to try to go to books blind, so you'll kind of see that most of these I only have a vague idea of what they are. I'll read the summaries on the back sometimes, but I genuinely don't always do that. So yeah, this interests me just because it seems like a good mix between historical and fantasy, maybe. I don't think there's supposed to be like actual fantasy within this. I generally have no idea, but I know it has a good bit of history, and it was just kind of interesting to me. Also, this cover is like gorgeous, just look at that. That's why I picked this one up. And to go along with that, kind of, again, I don't really think that's fantasy, and I think this one actually doesn't qualify as YA, but I, again, don't fully know. But I got A Darker Shade of Magic by V.E. Schwab. I really want to read books by V.E. Schwab. I've heard she's really good, and I haven't read any works by her, bizarrely. And I almost picked this up in France, but I would have had to read it in French, which I could do, but I just didn't feel like I should have. So I picked it up here, and I'm excited to read this. I only know that this deals with like three different like realms of like London. Like there's Red London and like whatever, Red London, Black London, and like White London. So it like deals with those, which is kind of an interesting concept to me. And this is kind of one of those that I'll pick up when I'm in the mood for more magic and more, not exactly realism. And again, I really want to get into reading her books. I really like her Twitter, and my roommate Leah is interested in reading this as well. There might be a chance that she reads this before me, I don't know. But yeah, also this cover is really pretty. And you will note that almost all of these are soft covers. I only got one hardcover because soft covers are cheaper, and I like soft covers more than hard covers, to be honest. Just my opinion. They don't have like dust jackets to fool with. But moving on, so this is one of the books I actually got online, and it's Aristotle and Dante Discover the Secrets of the Universe. I got this one and one other book off of Amazon because I had to place a big order for school. So I picked this one up because I've been wanting to read it forever. I've heard people like rave about it. It has pretty high like reviews, and again, all I really know about this is it's about two boys, Dante and Aristotle, and that they're meeting and like it's their friendship. That's it. That's all I know. I know that it has the Michael L. Prince Award, or maybe it's an I, whatever, the Michael Prince Award, this award right here. I genuinely love that award. When I was in high school, I read like 6 books that had won this award, and they were all one of my favorite books. I don't usually look at the awards books win, but I highly suggest maybe looking into some of them. This is one that I did look into, and the qualifications to win this award tend to make books that I'm interested in, so perhaps look into awards that are given to books that would interest you. This also has a Stonewall Book Award, which is a really good award for, I think, LGBT books. I might be wrong on that, but I think. So this is also an award that would interest me, so that's also another thing to look at when buying books that I give some thought to, but not all the time. But usually, like I said, if it has this Michael Prince Award, I will enjoy it. And then, so I picked this book up, and it's The Nowhere Girls, and I will admit that I saw the cover, and the cover was the first reason I picked this up. And then the second reason is I read the back, and this is about a queer girl from a Mexican immigrant family, which I'm already interested, so there's some representation in there. And just the fact that it's dealing kind of with abuse and rape and misogyny was kind of really interesting to me, so I'm excited to read this book and see how it deals with representation and how it handles it. I also need to investigate this author. It's by Amy Reed. There's a couple of books she's written. She's featured in the Our Stories, Our Voices book and The Boy and the Girl Who Broke the World, so I'm very interested in that. I am put off by the BuzzFeed quote thing. I don't like BuzzFeed, but that's my own personal thing. But yeah, I plan to probably review this book, and I am excited to get to it. I don't know when I will, but yeah, this was a cover buy, but I did read the back and enjoy it. But like, look at this. This is like some of the most awesome cover like art. There's like hands and the symbol. Like I appreciate this. Speaking of books I'm gonna review, I have, this is the only hardcover I got, and it's These Witches Don't Burn by Isabel Sterling. So this is all over Bookstagram. I mean, like, this cover is pretty and gorgeous, and also the fact that it has queer representation in it. So I just finished this, and I actually planned to film my review of it just after I film this book haul, so stay tuned for that. But I did pick this up because of Bookstagram, because it's so reviewed and that people were giving it really good reviews based on the queer representation and based on, like, you know, what it was about and how good of a story it is. The only spoiler I will give for my review is I'm upset that it's the beginning of a series, because I like standalones. I don't like series. I don't want to have to read more books, and even if like I love them, I still just like don't want to have to buy more books or find them. Mostly I find them, I don't buy them. That's all I'm gonna say. Just stay tuned to my review for this. I will have that up after this video, and I hope you guys enjoy it. And okay, so I only have 4 more books. I got a lot of books, like a lot of books. And the next one I got is I Am Not Your Perfect Mexican Daughter by Erica Sanchez. So I saw this on a booktuber's channel. Oh, I don't remember her name, but she is a Latinx booktuber, and she was doing a readathon with a bunch of like Latinx books, if I'm remembering correctly. I'll try to find the video and link it down below. It was either reps or like books, I don't know, but she suggested this book and I really wanted to look into it. I'm obviously white. I only have like a white background, but I have a good bit of Hispanic friends. I don't know, this is just, it's a different aspect of culture I haven't experienced, and she said this was a really good book to read, and it's also a National Book Award finalist, which is a pretty good award. So I don't know, and I'm really into right now books that are more realistic. So that's why I picked this up. This cover is really pretty and I'm excited to read it and see more into stuff that I haven't experienced myself. Hello, sorry, my camera died, but it shouldn't have cut off anything. So I only have 3 more books. Okay, so this one is Sawkill Girls by Claire Legrand. I also picked this up a little bit because of the cover and also Bookstagram. So a lot of people were talking about this on Bookstagram, and this is like kind of it's not like horror, I don't know. I don't genuinely know, but I think it's like horror, crime, mystery, kind of spooky vibes, I think. And like even reading the back, that's what I think is getting with it. It's about girls that are like being disappearing and taken away. So I enjoy spooky reads like this, and I really like the cover. It has these moths and like it's just really cool looking. So I thought I would give this a try, especially if I have time to read in October. I don't know, but yeah, picked this one up. This was one of the last ones I picked up at the store, like grabbing off the shelf, but I am excited to read it. After that, I have, so I'm a really big fan of the Adventure Zone. If you don't know, if you see any of my earlier videos, it's kind of incorporated. And I picked up the first of the comics they made, and so the second one just came out, and so obviously I had to get it. This is The Murder of the Rockport Limited. If you haven't listened to the Adventure Zone, I highly suggest it. If you're a fan of like D&D, if you're a fan of comedy, they're the McElroy brothers. They're a pretty popular comedy podcast. They're really funny and they're really good and wholesome in my opinion. And so the Adventure Zone is a really good podcast to listen to. Unless you're like really big on the rules of D&D, then don't listen to it because they really don't care. But they have taken their first campaign and kind of made it into a comic book. So if you listen to the podcast and read the comic books are essentially the podcast written down with pictures, and I genuinely I love it. It translates really well. They did a really good job. There's also like, you know, little things added that they didn't do with the podcast because, you know, it can be visual and it's really nice and I really like it. And yeah, the artwork's really cool. They also at the end feature artwork from fans, and I don't know, I love the Adventure Zone. I'm currently reading this and I am gonna buy the whole collection. Even though I really don't collect comic books, I'm gonna collect these. And then the last book is the main reason I started buying books. And it's because, well, besides having to buy for school. So I was buying for school, and I have to read 12 books for school this year. So that's fine. That's not counting anything I have to read in French either, but it's fine. But I was like, I can't just order these like 6 class books, and I want to like have something fun. Like, I have the money, I want to have something fun. So I went on my wish list and I picked up a couple books. 2 books from online. The rest I went in store and got. But the one that I picked up was Hold Still by Nina LaCour. So, fun fact, We Are Okay by Nina LaCour is my favorite book ever. I mean, one of my favorite books ever. I have a review on it on my channel. It's pretty old and I don't remember what I say in it, but that is such a good book. It will like touch your feelings. It just like emotionally like wrecks me every time I read it. I just reread it recently and I was just like, but it also like has such a good ending to it that just like, it just feels right. It's just such a good book. And I really wanted to pick this up because this is Nina LaCour's debut novel. And so I picked it up, and I know I'm gonna have to like pick a certain time to read this book. This book deals with suicide and like very deep topics, so trigger warning. Her other book does as well. Though I would say like less deep than what I'm feeling like this one will be, so be wary of that, but I genuinely love it and I can't wait to read this. But again, I'm gonna have to like pick a time where I can like emotionally prepare myself and like sit down. But yeah, I'm so happy. I'll probably do a review on this. Also, I genuinely love Nina LaCour. She's married with like a wife and like, I don't know, just goals. Her book covers are always so cute too. I love it. But yeah, if you haven't read We Are Okay, I say go for it. And then, I don't know, I'm just gonna be emotionally wrecked by this book. But this is the last book I have to talk about today. And I don't know how many books I have in total. Okay, let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, oh shit, 8, 9 books. Oh geez, that's so many. 9 books in total, which is like the most I've ever bought in my entire life. Not even exaggerating or joking, like 9 books brand new, like, is the most I've ever bought in my entire life outside of classes, and even then I don't buy those books brand new. So this is kind of a big deal for me. Thank you guys so much for watching and dealing with my rambling and just me. If you guys are interested in any reviews for these books, please like comment down below. I do have an idea for a series of reviews on this channel, but if you guys want to suggest more, you're more than welcome to. If you want to keep up with me on other places, I have a Bookstagram page that I try to post every day on, if not like on the stories at least, so you can keep up with me there. It's at storiesinmay. I always talk about it down in my bio. I also have a Twitter. I'm kind of active on there, but that's at Princess Rach without like, you know, any actual vowels in the princess part. And I hope to see you guys next time. Thank you guys so much for watching. Bye.